Animals are all around us, in the wild and in our homes. But do we know who they are, where they come from, and what they are busy doing? Welcome, everyone. Martina and Charles are here to discuss the animal kingdom, who they are, how they work behind the scenes, and how they are helping co create the new earth, Amaya. Martina, what is the animal kingdom and who are these wonderful beings?
The animal kingdom is one of the 12 kingdoms of Earth, and the animals we talk about are the ones that inhibit a dense physical body and that we can perceive with our five senses. So we start from insects in the ground to a great whale in the ocean, from a beloved pet we have at home to a wild tiger in India, from farmed salmon or chicken in a cage to cows on the meadow or in the wide plains of South America. That's about the spectrum we are talking about. Like us humans, they form a kingdom, and that kingdom is equally important as all the other kingdoms. And those of us who already closely bonded with animals, no matter domesticated, live, or wild stock even, livestock, they have learned to respect and cooperate with them because they're very intelligent.
Yes, Martina, you said that this animal form a kingdom. So that means there is some leadership of this animal kingdom.
Yes.
Yes.
So we have talked about TOTOFOOR in the past. That was the leader we knew. Next to him are 10 higher dimensional beings, and I'll read the names in a moment, and an incarnate human whom they have appointed to cooperate with them. So next to TOTOFOOR, we have Zura, Nesimas, Calaris, Nepteran, Cykla, Socias, Por, Zak, Fu, and Beloria. And we've been asked not to make the names of the incarnate they have appointed known. That applies for all kingdoms, simply because this is not a person who serves as incarnates in any way or is responsible to talk to us. That person is in service of that kingdom, because by soul condition and abilities and understanding of that kingdom, the incarnates add something that the kingdom itself finds valuable.
Yeah. So the kingdom selects the individual that complements their mission here on earth.
So for the animal kingdom, it is highly likely that it is an incarnate human who has a deep understanding and knowledge of all the animals that make up the animal kingdom. So it's not just a pet lover who is on close terms with his or her pet.
Yeah.
Somebody who would equally understand the wild bears or animals that live in the ocean.
True.
Charles, we have, as I mentioned, domesticated animals and
Yes.
wild animals. Tell us a bit more about them.
Sure. Animals and human relationships go a very long way. And before the distortion and the idea of hierarchy came on board, animals had wonderful interaction and could communicate even with humans. So it was a magical and beautiful time before the distortion came in. What caused the distortion is when the human kingdom started to feel superior and to subjugate the animal kingdom. And that slowly devolved into where we are beginning to consume the animals and not see them as co-equal, or do not see that they have intelligence of their own and have right as living beings to be here just like us. So now that we are beginning to reintegrate again, the animals are slowly trying to retest the limit of our acceptance, the change in our feeling, and collaboration and cooperation with them. We know this history of capturing and cultivating and domesticating and consuming a whole bunch of the animals. And so now it's not a surprise if the animals don't quite trust us, because we may be conflicted that we love some animals and we keep them as pets, and the other animals we keep and we consume them as food. So the the hurt, this dissonance in our relationship with animals is one of those things that we need to continue to work on as we get into our new 5D world. So I think that is the big thing about that. We have really not been kind to animals in general as a group. And we have various reasons, but we need to start to rethink about our relationship with animals.
I think so too. I think so too. When I look at the way we approach animals, I mean, I know people who differentiate animals by the restaurants that serves them. Are they going to a steakhouse? Are they going to a fish restaurant? And then considering these beings are equal to us, and we don't even consider that cruel. But there's let's go to the animals that are closest to human beings, and that's the pets.
Yeah.
Right, of whatever kind, a cat, a dog, a bird, you name it.
Yeah.
And I think our first duty is to give them as much love and kindness and respect as we can possibly give them.
Yes.
Which to me includes not treat them as a child.
Yeah.
And feed them and carry them around in a child buggy or whatever. Treat them as what they are, an animal. And do your utmost to start communicating with them. And that means not you talk to them, but you listen to them. But basically, they are here to teach us something.
Yeah.
And to me, that starts, for example, I don't have pets of my own. My life doesn't allow for it, but I love dogs. So wherever I go for a walk, usually when they are around, they come to me. And the respect starts that I'm not petting their head if they come. I first approach them telepathically and ask for permission to touch them.
Yeah. That's a good thing to learn, Martina, to communicate telepathically first with the animals silently is also very important, and they do appreciate that.
Yes. Charles, maybe you could elaborate a bit more about the perspective of the indigenous people towards animals.
Well, the indigenous people have always had this special relationship with the animals. And even when time comes for need to consume the body, they would always thank the animal for offering, get an agreement, and are very judicious in the use of every part of the animal that they have the need to continue to consume. So that has been the relationship. But more than that, The communication with the wild animals, the shamans of the world, know that there's a lot of foresight, knowledge, history that the animals hold and maintain, and they do convey this when they are approached respectfully. So we're going into the era where the value of the animals in balancing the energies of the world, in healing the people in the homes, in holding the community together will be appreciated. The more we continue to expand our love towards the animals, the more that we benefit from their collaboration with us. So it's something that's both physical and spiritual in the value of the animals, living animals, not the dead ones, the living ones to us, more than we can fathom. So, Martina, there are more points about the relationship with the animals. We have recently had a number of podcasts from TOTOFOOR talking about what the animals are expecting us to know and begin to practice in relating with the animals. Would you go through a few of those?
Well, basically, there were 3 podcasts by TOTOFOOR, and there are 4 key learnings for us. The first one is animals live by their own laws, and these laws are ideally suited for their life on Earth.
True.
They are much more connected to the planet than we are. These laws, if we watch what's going on in the wild, one eating the other, they might seem cruel to us. But this law is part of a balanced ecosystem that they agree to live in. And within that system, things are in harmony. Thirdly, wrap our brain around the fact that the animal kingdom is equal to the human kingdom.
Yeah.
We need to accept and live by it. And in consequence, the fourth learning is they are waiting for us to treat them as equals.
Yeah.
And we need more understanding, love, and acceptance for their needs.
Yeah. Thank you, Martina. As we come close to the end of the podcast, we just want to say that the animals are our trusted and close partners, both in the house and in the wild. And we need to, as we've said already, communicate respectfully and as co equals, and also ask for their help. And many humans have been helped in difficult situations by animals of all kinds. So we thank everyone for joining us today, and we'll see you during the next episode. Please send us your comments and your questions. Thank you and bye.
Thanks, everyone. See you when we talk about the plant kingdom.
Podcast.